Derek Brown live on the scene.
Yes, my tattoos.
Yes.
I'm getting
Hello, Cody. We're live on the scene in your kitchen. What is your name, sir and Mrs.?
Rain.
Yes, Savannah.
What did you think of the movie Krampus?
It was pretty good. Grandma's definitely picked favorites. That's the main lesson I took from that.
Stop taking my words. We can't eat anyway.
And what did you think, Miss? I totally don't know.
What?
And have never met before.
I'm your mother.
All right, Ma. Cut the bullshit. What did you think of Krampus?
My only words are it's better than Crimson Peak.
What? Oh. Whoa, that's amazing, actually.
All right, we have Dr. Nasty on the scene. Dr. Nasty, what do you think of the podcast since you did not see Krampus?
I'm Dr. Nasty, and I'm coming from you live from Cody's mom's living room. And it has been a pretty good podcast. And, yeah.
Decent. And, Menser, what do you think? What did you think of the 5 minutes that you have listened to the show ever?
I think you guys are pretty funny, and I should probably watch a whole podcast, but I don't because I'm really lazy and they're like 50 minutes long.
Oh, wow. Being too real. Too real.
Cut the feed.
Get into it, Derek. Why don't you bring us in? Why don't you bring it in? Bring it in. Bring us in.
Welcome to the good, the bad, and the bloody.
I'm Cody Bowden.
And I'm Derek Brown. This just in. Still nobody listens to this podcast.
This isn't NPR, Derek. We have listeners.
Oh, thank Christ.
It's not C-SPAN 10. We're okay. But what I was going to say, though, Derek, because I wanted you to start this while I talked about this. Justin and I have been watching New Girl recently.
Oh, no.
Have you ever seen that show?
I've heard of it, and I think I've seen 2 episodes.
You are literally Nick
from
that show. You look like Nick, and you act like Nick, except you pay your bills, I think.
That's weird, because I'm Jess.
I know. You two are going to fall madly in love, and I'm Schmidt. That sucks.
Wait.
What? Yeah, I'm totally Schmidt.
Yeah, who's our Winston?
Chris.
That's what I thought.
Just because he's black. I'm sorry,
okay.
Chris.
Oh, speaking of Chris.
He's nothing like the character.
His profile picture is hilarious.
Dude, his Snapchats are hilarious. Have you seen Chris's Snapchats?
No.
Christopher, can I call you that?
Sure.
Because it's not your name, can I call you that? Steven, can I call you Steven? Steven.
My name's Casey, but okay.
Yeah. Your Snapchats are funny. Don't stop making weird stories.
Don't stop believing.
They're grainy and blurry, and you zoom in too much, but I love it. That's why they're funny. But as I was going to say, little part 2, what I was going to tell you when I got here, I was counting money today, and I don't know how, but my counts range from either being perfect, off by a nickel, or off by like $13.
Holy shit.
And I'm just like, where's this money going? And I swear to God, I think the guy is just like putting it in his pocket, just like, Cody, you didn't count it right. And I'll be like, oh yeah, sure.
You're going to have to do it again.
Yeah,
but this time, slower and turn your back a lot more often.
Yeah. Oh man. Exactly. No, he's just like, why don't you just sit over here while you count it? And then I'm like facing away from him, and I'm just like, what kind of shady shit are you up to?
My goodness.
No, I'm just kidding. I trust him. It's just that I don't know how I was off that much. Like, when you're counting literally nothing but, like, pennies and, like, a few bucks,
mm-hmm.
You know? It's like...
You know, because there's only, like, 3 customers that come in a day.
Dude, at Walgreens, yeah, all the money is made at the pharmacy. Because, like I said, we do nothing but rip off old people. I pulled in the pharmacy till, there was $14.80 in the cash register, and all the, like, debit card and credit card transactions totaled to, like, $3,800.
Holy shit.
Yeah, in a day. That's pretty crazy. You know, but Walmart will
And that was only 2 customers.
Probably a bunch of old fucks. But, no, Walmart will make, like, $1 million a week. That's something to think about. They have people whose job it is to do nothing but, like, take the tills out, the cash registers, and, like, get the money. That's their only job. But anyway, this is perfect. We're talking about Walmart, Black Friday. Perfect segue into the beginning of this movie.
Hold on.
Oh, you guys
2
say something
things.
first?
1, I finished those packs of terrible movies.
Oh yeah, for Derek's birthday, I bought him about like 8 shitty movies.
No, not those ones.
Oh.
The 30 and the 20 pack.
Oh my god, 50 movies.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did it. It's a milestone. I didn't think I could do it. Some people called me stupid, and I believed them.
Yeah. And
There's
for
only maybe one good movie on there, and it's Night of the Living Dead.
And if anyone's keeping track of this stuff, Derek has seen almost 690 scary movies.
Yeah, actually.
So
Krampus, the movie we're going to talk about, is 681.
81, yeah. Wow.
And I'm up to 683.
Okay.
And rising.
Dark Knight Rising. Okay.
The other thing is I got a hold of 2 prequels to The Exorcist, Dominion and Exorcist: The Beginning.
Those are good movies.
As you should know, The Beginning means prequel.
That looks like it has someone's name on it. Care to explain that?
Nope.
Really?
Well, it's a Paul Schrader film.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's
So-
exactly what I was reading.
So the thing is that it's the same movie, basically, working from the same script, but 2 different directors made 2 different films with it.
Oh, really?
Because Paul Schrader wanted to make a prequel to The Exorcist, got the whole thing done, pretty much, and then halfway through production, the guys were like, this is not going to be quite the spellbinding prequel to The Exorcist, scariest movie ever, that we thought it might be.
Yeah.
You fired.
Well, when the heck did these movies come out?
2004 for The Beginning, and then 2005 for Dominion.
That'd be a great one to do a comparison on.
Yeah, do
Like,
both
we watch
on that
both and
once.
see which one's better.
That's what I was going to get to.
That sounds fun.
So, it got shelved. They pulled another guy into the production and said, hey, take this script, see what you can do with it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the guy said, I want to do that, but I'm going to recast everybody except for the main character.
well, why don't we talk about that when we review it? Because that'll be interesting. A lot of stuff in there is like,
Yeah.
basically 2 movies from 1 movie. That sounds
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Once that one bombed, The Beginning, Paul Schrader got his movie back, and he was able to finish it. So, yeah, basically the same movie, but just totally... It's like giving the same script to both Stanley Kubrick and Martin Scorsese.
Yeah,
And seeing what they do with
except they're both not they're not good. So,
Yeah.
okay, but anyway,
the worst.
let's start talking about Krampus. We shot the
Yeah.
shit a little bit. This movie was really anticipated, and like I said,
I know, you two were just dying
dude, a
for it.
lot of people want to see this movie. Like a lot of people, and like I'm one of them. Fuck it, I'm so glad this movie's out. But yeah, it starts out with one of the best intros I've seen. It has
Yeah.
like a slow motion like Black Friday shopping thing, and it goes on for maybe like 6 minutes, maybe
However
like 5.
long that song is, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Okay, maybe like 4, 3. It just seems a lot longer because of slow motion, and this is a great time for them to have like the intro credits roll too, and also kind of give you a description of like how everyone's being naughty this year instead of nice.
Also shows the attitude in which this Christmas movie's gonna take place.
Yeah, as well as the kid, the main child in this movie,
Max.
who you find out will be the cause of this, and maybe the cure. I don't know. You'll have to watch it. I'm just kidding. We're gonna tell you everything. I'm such a fucking liar.
Asshole.
Yeah, but we had a little party for this, a little after party and a viewing for this. So thanks for everyone that came out. Actually, it was a really pleasant group that showed up.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun. Just kind of talk about the movie afterward for a few hours, just hanging out.
Trying to tell the other 3 people that showed up, like, hey, you should have been there earlier.
Yeah, there
It
was
freaking
there were
awesome.
people that showed up to my house just to party that didn't see the movie at all.
Which
But
was dumb.
yeah, I know. But, at least they showed up and said hi, so whatever. So thanks for the people that did that, and also, especially ones that went to go see it with us.
And of the people that actually went, only us 3 in the room actually wore the sweaters that we told people to wear.
Well, we didn't really make it apparently too clear. I mean, a lot of people thought it was
You
just...
said to wear sweaters.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. But Jess you were a part of it, so you weren't going to look at the Facebook. But one of the funniest things I got to mention was something Sabina said, because she's like, she thought it was like just us, like us two. She's like, can you move it to like Tuesday? And we're both like, no, we have like plans for afterward and the movie. And she's like, all right, have fun. And it's like, we will. We did. I mean, sorry that you had to go on Tuesday. But
I wouldn't have been able to go anyway. If
I
we
wouldn't
had
have
gone on
either.
Tuesday.
I would have neither been able to go. And plus, like, my house wouldn't have been open to the public at that moment, and we couldn't have had, like, the liquor Randy. So, yeah. But anyway, that's enough about that. The intro was also us just kind of asking a few people about their opinions, as you heard.
Yeah. Presumably, unless you just skip to an arbitrary spot, like, goddamn this buffering. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Weirdos. But, and everyone we interviewed wanted to go see this movie. There was no one that was like, I guess I'll see it.
Yeah.
Except maybe Derek Menser, because he didn't actually go see it.
That's his fault.
I don't know.
That's to his downfall, because that movie was... It's good. This movie is brought to us by the same director as Trick or Treat.
Yeah. And you can kind of tell with some of the creatures. Because he has, like, little wily, cutesy things. Or, like you said... Things that are innocent.
They should be
scary.
innocent, but then they become menacing, and also kind of funny at the same time.
Mostly funny. This movie was it's a comedy horror.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it should be evident with
anything with Adam Scott and
David Ketchner.
Yeah, those two are ridiculous. I think the real comedy star of the show was the Ant.
The Gingerbread Men.
Yeah, the monsters too. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the monsters were definitely a highlight in this, just like in Trick or Treat. Yeah, Aunt Dorothy.
That's her name, yeah.
What a gem she was.
So, little quick plot. This movie's about, as you've probably seen in the trailers, family who's... The nuclear family's fine. They're just a little, rebellious, the kids. Whatever. Max still believes in Santa, so he's very innocent still. But the rest of the family, the extended family, is super dysfunctional. So,
yeah,
they don't really get along too well.
In very normal ways. Like, nobody's, like, on drugs or... Well, we don't see it, but...
Yeah, I mean...
Like the uncle's total gun-toting...
I don't know what... I don't
boisterous...
Really know I don't know how to explain him.
Guy.
Republican?
I don't know.
Not really. He's kind of like Trailer Trash if Trailer Trash had money.
So...
But not really, because
Yeah,
he's
I can't
just
think
kind
of
of a... He's just a very...
with two very sporty daughters.
Yeah, that he wishes were sons. Which is not said, but implied, especially by Max, because he later says, like, in his Christmas wish list, he says, I wish that, they'll be like boys or whatever.
He said, I wish the uncle would stop wishing they were boys.
Something like that, yeah.
Goddamn penis envy.
Exactly.
I guess. Wait. That's not right.
No, the girls don't care.
And you could tell that with their names being Jordan and Stevie.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh.
The aunt is like the epitome of like why they're having a shitty time, I'd say. Because everything she says is just garbage or just trash on them. Like she's like, enough of this fancy food crap. It's blocking me up.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the uncle's just a dick.
Uncle Howie.
Just to Scott though.
I really did not like him.
Just mostly to the husband though. What's that?
Just calls him
I
up.
drew on myself.
Oh God.
I didn't know that.
The tattoo funds are really depleted.
Yeah.
Today when I was at work.
Why didn't you show me your artwork?
Because I didn't even think about it. I did it when I was like falling asleep in the back.
Okay.
You're like, come on. That's like the picture
I am
you
the
drew.
joke.
You had with the sock of the Nike symbol.
Oh yeah, that's a great fucking photo.
That's our funds.
You know what I'm thinking about doing, Derek? Just kind of making our page like kind of like a meme kind of page.
Oh, God.
Just posting shitty ghetto memes all the time.
Dank memes all
Yeah.
up in the head.
Just like that, just to keep people like give something to look at, because our stuff does pop up in their feed, and I know you guys aren't gonna open up a YouTube link every time.
Yeah.
So maybe just while you're
just
browsing.
like a picture summary of what we think of the movie.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. We could have like a little section where it's like quick commentary, and we make them pay $5.99 a month.
Yeah.
To get her. No, I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. But yeah, this movie.
I don't know the actress's name that plays Aunt Dorothy, but she's in Mr. Deeds. She's in.
Who was she in Mr. Deeds?
She's a woman that works at the pizzeria with Adam Sandler's character. Like, if you've seen that movie, she has the line like, "I'm gonna cut you up into 8 slices of bitcheroni."
I don't remember that at all.
And then 2.5 Men. She was on there for a while.
Derek, I'm sorry that you know that. How are you familiar with that syndicated program?
Don't ask. So,
oh my!
I do my research on things that I don't like.
I swear to God, I just like Ashton Kutcher. I swear to God.
I I just walked in the room, okay? The TV was on already. And what was I going to do? Not watch it? No. That's a waste of electricity.
Why don't you turn it off then?
Shh. So,
Oh my god. You just foiled yourself. Look at you. You gotta change your pants because of how hard you foiled yourself. Soiled again, Batman.
damn. Yeah, with the whole the wish list thing, Max writes a letter to Santa, and writing about how he wants all of his family's problems to be fixed, and then of course his cousins are shitheads about it and read it in front of everybody.
And at first they're touched. They're just like, oh my gosh, Max, you want us to have like a happy time and you don't want us to fight.
It started making me feel pleasant because it was like, I wish Mom and Dad loved each other the way they used to. I was like, oh my god, this movie's getting deep. I don't like this.
You comfortable?
No.
Do you want to sit on the bed?
No.
Okay. Oh, I'm so hungry. Anyway, he's so hungry.
Jesus Christ, did you bring a lion?
Yes, dude. Did I ever tell you that story about when I was in class? And yeah, I told you that. Stopped the whole presentation. Somebody was like, they're like, oh my god, what the fuck was that? And I just like was sitting next to a fat guy, so they all like looked at him and I'm like, yes.
Nobody suspects the skinny person of being hungry.
Or maybe they do, actually. They're just like, damn, he never eats.
Damn it, eat a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm from Nicaragua. So,
You eat a stalk of celery, you're stuffed for days.
fuck, it really hurts. This is so uncomfortable. I can't even feel my thigh.
Get a pillow. So the whole family breaks out into a fight, at which point, and Max goes, in child language, fuck all of you.
Basically, I hate you all. I wish I was never born. He doesn't
All this
say
stuff.
that, but, you know.
And they're like, no, please, come back.
Well, it's really funny how it takes him off because everyone's moved and everyone's touched until the part at the very end where he says, Dad doesn't wish we were boys, you know.
Yeah. And he gets all upset, and he's about to send off his letter to Santa, and then he decides right at this split second, just goes, you know what? Who needs all that anyway?
Well, because his dad at first, like, comforts him. And then I thought for a second he was going to, like, recover, but then he just snaps again.
This movie does that a lot, where you think a pleasant thing's going to happen, and all of a sudden, boom, shit spill.
Yeah, I mean, and not, like, horrible either, just, like, bad. Also, like...
It's bad in a good way.
Yeah. You ever think about the first person to go in this movie? Like, they never get her back.
Who?
The sister.
Oh, yeah.
You ever think about that?
Yeah, they pretty much save everybody else as they go.
She was the first to go, like, immediately, and they never found her.
They didn't even find the truck.
No.
Yeah, not the truck she was hiding under. They found the delivery truck, but not the... Yeah.
And then they found the snowplow, but not the delivery truck.
Oh, okay.
That's what kind of bothered me. I just realized that. Like, they never had a conclusion, like, where they took her, but they definitely got her.
I just realized something.
What's
the
that?
guy who was driving the delivery truck, the DHL guy,
Yeah.
he plays Lloyd the delivery guy on Scrubs.
That's
Talk
really
about
funny.
being typecast, huh?
You ever think that maybe that's like a little nod to Scrubs? Maybe the director likes
I
Scrubs.
hope so.
I don't know. I think that's funny. I like that. I would do that. I would totally put, like, characters from other shows if they have, like, specific jobs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of exactly like Die Hard with Carl's character.
Yeah, the Family Matters.
Yeah, his name is
Uncle
Carl
Carl.
in the fucking in the movie too.
Oh shit! I gotta watch that movie.
Do you ever think
again.
about that?
No,
That's fucking. It's Carl from Family Matters.
I haven't watched it since like the summer, man.
And he's a sergeant. And he's probably working real hard to take his test to become lieutenant. Hopefully Urkel doesn't get in the way.
God damn it!
Fuck you, Urkel.
Maybe he needs to hire John motherfucking McClane.
Did I do that?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
All I can think of is the episode of New Girl.
Which one?
Did I do
Oh yeah,
that?
yeah. It's so dumb. She was like imitating Urkel to impress like a bunch of like generationals,
Did I do
and they've never heard of
that?
Urkel, so they thought
Did
she
you
was
come up with
hilarious.
that yourself? Yeah.
Anyway,
That's really funny.
anyway, where were we with the movie though? We're just kind of talking about all kinds of stuff.
Well, like you were talking with the daughter gets taken like immediately in this movie, like once shit goes south. When Max rips up this letter, all of a sudden winter just hits like a fucking
Yeah, like
freight
a
train,
dark blizzard, like cloudy skies as fuck.
and they wake up the next day. completely snowed in, like 2 feet thick, it looks like. And there's a couple snowmen in the backyard.
There's one.
Or one?
That's in the
Well,
front yard.
in the beginning there was one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the front yard.
It was on the side of the house. Or no, it was the front.
Which that shit was
Yard.
spooky.
Yeah, and it's like, who the fuck built the snowman? And like, I
What
love
kind of
that.
evil bastard does this?
Because if you think about it, it had to be overnight. It's in a blizzard, like negative 20 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been their first clue.
As David Ketchner, Uncle Howie, said, frostbite in under like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And I know it takes longer than that to make a snowman. I've made quite a few snowmen in my day.
Did you?
I used to make cats out of snow.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
It's kind of cool. My half-brother Brennan, I remember he used to always make a big-ass chair, and he was so good at it. He'd make an ice throne, and he'd put it right in the front yard, and he'd make a cup holder for it, and he'd sit there with a soda and just watch
lord it over
he
everybody.
would literally like have like the weird like half-cock thing where he'd put his arm over the back and like lean forward and just go like, well, peasants.
What a dickhead.
He was a dickhead. Still is a dickhead, but I will admit that was fucking fun.
Those snowmen actually made me think of Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, me too.
Because they were all... The second one that shows up is kind of like in a demented kind of stance or posture.
You ever think about the
So
fact...
I was just like, goddamn Calvin.
You ever think about that fact that Bill Watterson, when he drew those snowmen, he really wanted to depict those graphic scenes, but all he did was replace it with snowmen, and it was totally PC somehow. Like the one where the snowman like gets hit by a car and his head's like rolling away, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, they're snowmen and it's silly, but like that's pretty fucking gruesome, man.
That's how Samurai Jack got away with its violence.
Making everything like blue and green or robots.
Yeah, robot oil or alien blood.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't red conventional blood like you all, and definitely not me.
Yeah. How weird is that?
That's how they got away with it.
Super Blizzard, that's where shit goes wrong. Like
the girl goes, "I'm gonna go over to Derek's for a little bit,"
which is her boyfriend.
And I was just sitting there going, "God damn it!"
Because you're not that Derek.
Well,
she's like 14.
No, it
15?
just sounds so fucking weird to hear my name on screen. I don't know about you two, but
it doesn't happen that much for me unless I'm watching Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh.
Which is all the time. Because that show happens to star a guy named Cody. Don't know if you were aware. Main character in the show.
Oh, man. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
The only other movie I can think of that has my name in it is a passing comment in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Where Knives is talking about her bullshit friends. She's like, and she was all over him, but now she's all into Derek, and my sister looks at me every time that comes on, and I'm just like, that bitch.
Oh my god. That's fucked up. But I'm so glad you didn't say you were like attracted to her or anything, because while she is a cute girl, she's like 15.
Yeah.
Or something. 14? Who
something.
knows? All I know is that there's a really funny... 16?
I believe it.
Probably. There's a really funny part, though, where they have to take a family photo at the mall, as seen in the beginning, and the Santa Claus is like just checking her out.
Yeah, checking her ass out.
And then the mom looks at it and goes, "Ah, fuck. Jesus, that's fucking awful." You know.
There's a Yule log a burning.
There is like quite clearly a like trying to have Christmas cheer but not having it feeling throughout this movie.
They want to have the Christmas cheer, but they don't want it coming across as sappy.
Yeah. So it's pretty obvious. It's like you look at stuff in this movie and you go, "Oh, that should be holly jolly," but you're just like,
especially the ending.
Yeah, but you're just like, this is that's overkill though.
I loved the ending.
But this, I don't know, because you normally see a scene like that and they'll throw sappy music on and everyone's happy and it's like, oh, they're having a nice Christmas dinner. But this is just like exactly the same, but the attitudes are different, and that changes everything, because it honestly feels like what Christmas is now. People are just like, come on, sit on the table, get on the table, get out of the kitchen. You know,
looks like Martha Stewart threw up in here.
Yeah, which is was that even her line in the trailer?
Yes.
Yeah. The trailer, she said that?
Yep.
I thought that the uncle said
everything was pretty much verbatim in this movie from the trailer.
Okay. The beer part was funny.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have anything to eat in here. I got leftovers. Beer it is.
Yeah. I was really impressed that they just dropped Krampus right there in the beginning. like, he's the thing that goes personally after the daughter.
Yeah.
And he moves fast as a motherfucker.
Well, he, like, jumps, and he has hooves. I mean...
It was frightening
The
how
hoofed beast.
fast he moved for such a big, hunched figure. It's kind of like a Bob from Tekken.
Yeah.
The fat dude.
Name dropping specifics. But...
That's who I thought of as soon as he was just like... Boom,
Yeah.
flew up in the air, and you're like, holy shit.
But the thingamajiggy about that, and yes, I said that, is that, like, a rhino his top speed is, like, 40 miles an hour.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and a brown bear can move, like, 30 to 35. So...
And yet an ostrich runs slower than that? I thought they were just majestic-ass flightless birds.
Well, they only have two legs, and that kind of prevents them from being able to gallop. Which
I
is
think
really...
the rhino can only run that fast if it's in a straight line, though. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, it's not doing, like, Indy 500 turns. It ain't turning those corners. It's not... There's no roundabouts in the savannah, Derek. Get it together.
I apologize. God.
You better.
Damn.
A rhino just runs through stuff. Like a tree.
Well, of course.
Or your house.
Oh,
But not your mama.
I hope not my house. Good God.
Someone playing Jumanji. Okay.
Sweet Jesus.
Sorry.
Asshole.
What? You wanted a drink?
I did.
Was that comment that much for you?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Where are they
girl,
going to go?
the
The
girl,
girl's missing
she's-
for hours, so they decide they're going to go search.
And if you saw the trailers where, like, the Jack-in-the-Box is, like, underneath the car, and she gets, like, that thing comes out and, like you know, scares her, that straight up kills her. That, like, eats her.
Yeah.
The thing that comes out of that.
Do you see it? Maybe.
Like,
I'm
'cause-
not going to spoil.
Yeah, when I saw the trailer, it's like, oh, how's she going to get out of that and, like, run away? And it's like, no, she dies. Crazy.
Even the scares poll kind of left turns in there. Like the Jack-in-the-Box makes you think, or at least made me think, a certain type of scare was going to happen, but instead, a different one did.
Yeah.
You know? Like, what do Jack-in-the-Boxes usually do? Pop up and make you piss. This one just kind of went, ding, nothing, and then all of a sudden, shit crawls out.
And it was your favorite creature. That was the same thing.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was the big slug thing. So many different
Well, that
creatures.
thing came out of the Jack-in-the-Box.
Not the beginning one, not the little one, right? Fuck, I can't remember now.
I'm pretty sure.
You know
'Cause
what?
it-
Work
'cause-
is just stressful.
Because it was in a little box, and then when it was wrapped up in the present, at the end of it was a little square thing.
But you got me thinking. The creature designs in this movie are just super good.
I kind of wish they focused more on the puppetry they had, like actually being able to see it a little bit clearer. Because they made him really detailed, but they're just throwing him around like
Yeah.
rag dolls, and I kind of didn't like that too much.
And there was a healthy mix of CGI and puppetry.
Yeah.
Like, the CGI was strictly the gingerbread men, which was probably the funniest bits of the whole movie, outside of the one-liner jokes, you know?
Yeah, oh my god, those gingerbread men are so funny. Jess was literally, like, crying. You were laughing, I was laughing, but Jessie was crying at how funny they were. Those little bastard cookies. Because not only are they, like, minions of evil, but they're so sassy. They're the sassy...
Yeah.
Like when they're trying to get the fat kid to, like...
They were made with sassafras.
Yeah, sarsaparilla. Ooh. But yeah, they're trying to... At one point, they're trying to get the fat kid to, like, take the bait, which is, like, a cookie hanging on a hook.
It's the hook in the chimney from the trailer.
Yeah, which I thought that's what Krampus was going to come down on. Which is kind of cool that they're mixing it up, even still, with the trailers, what you expect. And the kid goes over and grabs a cookie, and then all of a sudden the gingerbread man, like, comes alive, and he's like, ah, like, screaming because he just took a bite out of his head.
Yeah.
And then they start wrapping him up in the chain, like a bunch of gingerbread men. And then he, like, lays on the chain like fucking Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes, and goes, yoo, and then just, like, the chain starts pulling up.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It's so stupid.
After they took that fat kid, there was the snowman right outside the house that looked like him.
Yeah.
Which made me realize all those snowmen are dead people.
That's what I was thinking.
So I was thinking, like...
Either
you
like,
should have seen more, but I guess it is a big town, so
but were the
they're
bodies
spread out everybody.
were the bodies put in the snowman?
I think so.
And then Krampus just like took their souls, metaphorically.
Yeah, until the whole reaping's done, or
Really?
at least he's like, no, you sit here until I get everybody else.
That makes sense because he had that ritual bonfire thing at the end.
You're in timeout, Mister.
Yeah. Do you know what I just realized? Did either of us look up to see if it was like accurate to the story?
What of the
The
folklore?
Krampus, yeah, the German.
He would beat naughty kids with sticks.
I
Is basically what it is.
the
in a
one
nutshell.
I read is that he'll eat your toes if
Ooh.
you lie.
I'd rather get beat with a stick.
I think they're just different variations.
I need
on
my
it.
toes, Cody. I don't know about you or
Apparently-
Jesse, but
Apparently, people do need their toes for like balance, like hardcore.
especially your big toe.
Yeah, which is weird. Like if you don't have your toes, you just like fucking trip all the time. You look like a goddamn idiot.
You mean more than I usually do.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's got to be my like ringtone.
I wish. I thought about changing mine around.
But yeah, so they're picking people off.
Yeah, the gingerbread people are great. There's a particular scene where the uncle is fighting like 3 of them off,
which is basically all of them actually.
and he lights them on fire,
Yeah,
and they just like start running around like
they look like fucking like Charlie's covered in napalm, just like
Apocalypse Now. It was great because like one's rolling on the floor,
Yeah.
and then the other one's like running beside it, like patting at it, like yeah, come on, we'll get through this.
It's so great. How they attack him though is so good because before he lights them on fire with like a lantern,
They have a fucking nail gun.
yeah, they found the nail gun that they used to board the house up. Yeah, and they're just like firing. They're just like yoo-hoo, and they're just like fucking like firing at him. And the whole time they're laughing like maniacs. Like these gingerbread men are fucking evil. They think it's hilarious that he's getting shot in the leg and like the hand, and it's like it's kind of twisted.
It
man.
made me think back to Evil Dead, the remake.
Yeah. It's so much sillier than you know.
Yeah.
Technically, Evil Dead 2,
What?
but whatever. I mean,
Oh, it was just all such
the remake.
good stuff.
Oh, the remake.
Mhm.
I thought you meant like the sequel to the first Evil Dead.
No.
The remake, yeah, where that woman like comes at him with the nail gun that the one's
Yeah.
possessed, and she hits him in like. What is it like? It's like the hand
In,
and
like,
arms.
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
All up his forearm.
That was pretty gruesome. He's like trying to block it.
Yeah,
but
that's like one of the goriest movies I've seen in a while.
it's
But
probably
like a
gory.
tasteful gory, not like Green Inferno.
It ringing blood, Derek. I'll give it to you though. I'll give you a taste.
It's the right kind of gore.
Do you mean tasteful gory because you could taste it in the air because it was literally raining blood?
Yes.
Delicious. That would probably kill the plant life.
Tastes like you need more iron in your diet.
Fertilizer. Mass fertilizer. But yeah, the gingerbread men are... And you're laughing the whole time too. You should be kind of like sickened. And you kind of are a little bit. But they're so...
I would be if they weren't so adorable.
They're so funny, and the character that they're fighting is the uncle, and David plays his character so funny too.
I
that-
even pointed to you that he was in Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse as well.
Oh yeah, this is funny. This is funny.
He kept cracking jokes at Adam Scott's character, the dad, for being a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I leaned over to Jess and I was just like, Scouts forever.
Yeah, because in the movie he literally did earlier this year.
Just 2 months, 3 months back.
He was a scout troop leader. And that is so crazy. How can he make those movies at the same time? I mean, he didn't do too much in Scout's Guide, but
Well, I can see which one he put more work into.
definitely Krampus.
I think he did Scout's Guide on the weekend.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that's also what I was thinking. I was like, he probably takes any job he can get, but he says like, "Hey, you can't give me a schedule. You know, I'll come in when I come in." And you know, I'd do that. I'd let him do that. But how interesting that would have been to see how an actor handles 2 movies at the same time.
Happens a lot. That's how you end up with years where like Christian Bale can be in like 6 movies in 1 year, and then the next year he's like in nothing. Because sometimes they don't release the movie right after it's finished. You know,
Yeah.
just stuff like that.
Yeah. How about that though? That's interesting.
Like this year, there have been a lot of movies with Margot Robbie, who's going to be Harley Quinn next year in Suicide Squad.
Wait, isn't Suicide? Oh yeah, it's already done being filmed though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, who really cares about the movie, man? I don't care about the movie.
I just want to see how they do Harley Quinn and the Joker.
I don't even give a shit.
Like, I have my doubts, but it remains to be seen.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to go on a Tuesday.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm gonna go on a Tuesday on the Dollar Theater. I'm gonna go online when it's already on Redbox.
Oh.
I'm not gonna watch the movie. I'm gonna stay home and watch Nickelodeon in my gym jams. Alright,
Here's another thing from this movie.
Yes.
We get kind of a cliche character, but it's done in a different way. Usually in horror films, when you get a relative or some older person that speaks a foreign language that knows a lot about what's going on,
they're like
what do you think it usually is?
The muse or the mystic.
They're
or the
usually
sage.
a Latina or Latino that knows spirits and shit.
You know,
In this movie, it was a German grandmother.
in horror movies, yeah, it's usually
It's always old people, but if they know like way too much and it's about ghosts, you're a Mexican, most likely a woman.
And then she hands you like a block of rice and just says like, "You must warn their spirits away. Dip the rice in cocoa beans."
Yeah, and it's just like,
And it's like, why?
I can't do that.
It's like, how many candles do you own? It's like, none. I'm like trying to save the environment. You idiot! Don't you know? Ghosts are scared of candles.
Yeah,
I don't know.
when she started speaking German, I was like, if I were any ignorant, I would think she was speaking Spanish. But I know that Krampus has German
Really?
connections.
You thought it sounded Spanish though?
Well, if I was ignorant, I would think it was Spanish.
You'd have to be pretty ignorant.
Not as ignorant as you think, man.
Because even people that are like super like picky about it, like they say, "You goddamn Spanish speaking motherfuckers, I hate you." Like even
you
they
Chinaman
will,
from Korea.
yeah, even they will exactly. Even they will recognize Spanish because they hate it so much.
Yeah, they know what they hate.
Rednecks. But and by the way, redneck is not an endearing term. Anyone that says like, "Yeah, I'm a redneck," you can go fuck yourself. Okay. At most, you're like, I don't know, a fake cowboy. Because I want to say like modern cowboy, but that's not true.
You wish you were John Wayne Pilgrim.
You shop at the Gap. We get it. You have a Boot Barn membership. Let me ask you something. Do you carry more than like a credit card from your like local farmer union bank or whatever you have? If so, then fuck off. You know? Yeah.
Frig off, Randy.
Yeah, I get it. Your dad bought you a truck. Okay? It's alright. No. White t-shirts go really good with your blue jeans. Where did you get them? Oh, Aeropostale? Okay, cool. Oh, because they have the studs on them.
Bruce Springsteen wasn't a cowboy.
No.
Anyway.
And nobody cares. Bruce doesn't call himself a cowboy.
No,
But
he's the boss.
He was born in the USA, Derek.
Yeah.
He was born in the USA.
Stop.
Does it bother you that I'm
You're-
saying it but not singing it?
You're not the boss. You can't just Bruce Springsteen every discussion, Cody. I won't allow it.
Okay, but as we were saying,
fuck.
that was a funny little...
So, the grandmother turns out had previously encountered Krampus when she herself wished that her parents would go away.
Yeah, and then it goes into like a really weird like animation, like stop.
As jarring as it was at first, I'm glad they went with the animation they did, because that's the kind of animation that it reminded me of Rudolph and the little drummer boy.
I don't know. I kind of
Like, of course, it's like CGI and stuff, so it's not like stop motion.
yeah, but they kind of made it look a little like stop motion, kind of the claymation animatic
Like
effect.
Coraline.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Actually, it looked a lot like Coraline. I would have rather had them do either a shittier stop motion version or
Like, exactly like Rudolph.
yeah, or like a flashback, like a live action flashback. That would have been fine. I would have been cool with that. I don't know if it was in their budget.
I'm glad they went with an animation kind of thing. I would have been fine with, like...
Really?
Well, the only kind of animation I wouldn't have gone for is, like, puppets on sticks. Like Paper Mario.
To be fair, how hilarious would that have been? And people would just have to sit in the theater and they have to watch that.
Yeah.
I would do that to my audience.
If that had happened, I would have looked over at you just to see you go, I paid for this.
And just like get up like, this is when you go to the bathroom. Like, let's be honest. But yeah, she summons Krampus by wishing that her parents like didn't fight or whatever, and she didn't have parents, and then he takes them away
Because they were dicks to her.
And that's basically what
For getting mugged.
Yeah, and now that's what Max has done. And they left. Krampus left her with a bell that says Krampus on it, so she can remember it. Because he didn't take all of them, so she can remember what happens when you're bad.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, and you know what? She probably should have told the kids this story.
This should have happened right off the bat, but of course it's 2015.
Well, not right off the bat. I mean, like at all. Like in their childhood, like her kids, she should have told her first, like, don't be a dick on Christmas, or else Krampus is gonna come take me away. And he's gonna leave you with
I already got away with it once.
So it's like, you could have prevented it, because they could have at least pretended like it wasn't Christmas. Or maybe they become Jewish. I don't know. There's a lot of ways that she could have prevented this, but she didn't open up her stupid old gabbers, so fuck her. Anyway, as you're saying, though.
Well, everything just goes downhill.
Yeah, everything is always in it. The people, like, you think that they're going to, like, rescue a few people. If they get taken, they get taken. They're gone.
As soon as the house gets broken into, like, the walls get broken down, everybody starts dropping off like flies.
Yeah.
Really fucking quick.
Like, the elves, like, apparently there's, like, evil elves, too. They, like, bust through the walls and shit.
Yeah, the longest bit was the gingerbread men, and then on the opposite end, up in the attic, is a slug-like clown creature.
Which is your favorite thing?
It just bugged me how it moved, because I could tell it was puppetry, not CGI. So it was moving, like, with a realistic kind of, like, as real of a motion as you could, because there's some jackass off screen moving it, you know.
And props to this movie for having props. I mean, come on, man. Like, why is everything CG? I loved that. I love it wasn't.
Yeah,
it's good for you. You know.
Pretty much all of these creatures were vastly different from each other. Like we keep saying, there's the gingerbread man.
Yeah.
And then there's
like this, like, angel.
Yeah, a winged angel.
That looked like the Bride of Chucky, kind of.
Yeah, it looked like Tiffany.
Yeah, that's her name.
From Bride and Seed of Chucky. You know, the worst ones.
Yeah. And that thing was kind of annoying. It talked for a long time.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that I wish they focus on, but they don't. The teddy bear.
The teddy bear was also pretty great.
It kind of comes out of nowhere, but this thing is fucking horrifying, man.
It has a really big mouth. I mean, it just goes on shouting racial slurs.
Wow. But these things aren't like toys that are alive. These are like living toys. Do you know what I mean?
Like demons seeped into the things and then just
they're flesh and blood. They're like actual creatures. They just look like toys. That's the thing. Mm. So like the teddy bear has like eyeballs and like teeth and everything.
Yeah.
It just
green blood. I remember that.
Yeah, that was weird. What was the deal with that? But I guess they're like fucking spawns of Satan now.
Everything bleeds.
Yeah.
The only things that there were multiple kind of looking things of were just the elves, which were like little people with Harlequin masks on.
Really creepy masks, yeah.
I dug it.
I'd say like druid kind of shit. They look very weird. But they're supposed to be ancient, so...
And of course, Big Boss himself, Krampus.
Yeah.
Really cool design.
Yeah, he's cool.
Even on his face, which I was kind of worried about seeing at first.
Yeah.
I like that it was a very static looking face.
It kind of leaves me with a lot of questions that I don't mind aren't answered. Like I kind of want to know, like, you know, like, was Krampus a guy before that just turned like evil? Because he's got a human face, but it's all fucked up. So
he looks like he's hunched purely from time spent on this earth or in the other world.
But he's not like skinny.
No, he's.
I don't know what's under his hood. I really want to know what he looks like under the cloak. Like
doesn't every woman?
Like a monster, but I don't know what. You know.
Yeah.
Every woman wants to know what Krampus is packing. Sit on my lap this Christmas. I'll stuff your stocking.
I'll whip you with my stick.
Stop.
Yeah, it was great seeing them like that. Max does try to get like a redemption at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
he's
which
like,
is so
no,
stupid.
Take me.
Yeah,
I was the one.
And at first you're like,
I take my wish back, and it's like, oh, this is like every other Christmas movie, like It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
where you wake up the next day and you're like, oh, everything went back to normal.
And the greatest thing, like, Krampus just starts laughing at him. And then he just, like, keeps throwing, like, his relatives into like this open crater, like
Giant fucking pit.
this hell pit. And then Max is like, "No, didn't you fucking hear me? I take back my wish. I take me." And he
Asshole.
and Krampus is like, "All right," and he just takes the kid too, and he throws him in the pit, and you're just like, "Damn you, Krampus, you
You're like,
asshole!"
Lol.
But then he wakes up, and he's in his room.
It was all a dream. He
And
used
it's
to
Christmas
read rap
Day.
magazines.
It was all a dream. I used to read Teen Beat magazine. But yeah, so he's in his room, and it's Christmas Day and Christmas morning, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
Everybody's all nice.
And he goes downstairs, and everyone's very nice to each other. They just
And all the usual stuff like, you're all alive. Well, yeah.
yeah. And he's like, "I must have had a horrible dream that lasted for 5 days." And it's like, dude, you must have been tripping hard.
Aunt Dorothy must have slipped you something really fucking mean.
Yeah. And then everyone's getting gifts, and Max gets a little gift, and
It's the Krampus spell.
then everyone's staring at it, and then like you realize that everyone has had that quote unquote awful dream, but no one else mentioned it but Max. So then they're all just like,
And this low rumble kind of goes over the
Yeah.
whole scene.
and they're all just staring at each other, just like, "Oh god, that actually did happen to all of us." And they're all either remembering it or like they're just like, "That was not a dream."
And then it zooms out and it pulls the St. Elsewhere card because they're in a snow globe.
Yeah, and they're on a snow globe. Like their house is basically a snow globe, and
On a shelf with a bunch of other snow globes and the elf on a shelf.
was there an elf on the shelf?
I don't
You fucking asshole. But yeah, they were like in Krampus's like lair, apparently, his snow globe collection that's like spans like thousands and thousands of families. And it's like, oh my god. Fuck. That's fucking horrible. What a terrible ending, but so cool at the same time.
Yeah.
And then of course, like you said, jump scare at the end with all the demon toys.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, come on. Just cut to black.
Asshole.
Why? It's not even scary.
So yeah, that's Krampus.
pretty
Tis the
good.
season.
Let's talk about best scene and worst scene, Derek. What's your favorite scene and least favorite scene?
My favorite scene, I will say, is probably the beginning. The
Really?
Black Friday kind of, the mad shop spree.
It was pretty cool. Like people getting trampled, like people fighting, and it showed.
Because it set the mood for the entire thing.
It had a lot of. Yeah, it was pretty good. It's just very powerful. What about least favorite scene though? Because we really can't explain that beginning scene. You have to just see it, because it's all basically a silent film.
I think it'd be anything with the fat kid in it. Because he doesn't talk at all.
Yeah, one of the cousins of Max just like has his mouth open all the time, and this is the kid that gets lured away with a gingerbread man.
And he just does not talk at all. And he just has this permanently stupid looking face.
Yeah.
That I found funny at first. But then as it went on, I was just like...
He's so weird. That kid was weird.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you feed your kid too much like corn syrup.
He couldn't talk.
Yeah.
Too much corn syrup and peanut butter kept his mouth shut.
Say, what? Honey, I packed you a fruit roll up for lunch. Thanks, Mom. I don't know. Fuck it.
What's yours?
Diabetes. Oh, my least favorite scene? I'll start with my least favorite scene. My least favorite scene was probably the animation flashback.
Oh, okay.
Actually, just because it was so out of place.
You're
and,
one
like,
of those people.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of dumb. And like one part was actually kind of cool. Once it started getting like kind of like I was getting in the mood for it, and then it shows like Krampus like his shadow at the doorway, like leaving, like winking at her.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like that would have been great.
He doesn't seem like a winking fellow, does he?
Like that would have been great. Like, oh man, like there's his little nod to her. But then it had like the shadows of all of his like little toy minions come down too, and I'm just like, oh come on, just
Come on.
try, come on. I can't find that commercial, by the way. It's for Jimmy John's. No, it's for Little Caesars. Right?
Yeah.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
I can't find it. But either way, yeah. And my favorite scene, would probably be the fight scene between, the uncle and the gingerbread man.
Yeah. That stuff's pretty good.
Either that or,
There he is.
yeah. Either that or the gingerbread man scene where, they take with a fat kid because he's like, you, and they're like jingling the chain. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, and
Draw him like one of your French breads.
how he's like, oh my god, dude, perfect. Forget about it. But yeah, I'd say that's like my least favorite. I don't know. I have some final thoughts, but how about we rate the movie? What do you give it, Derek, out of 10 Holly Jolly Spooks?
Oh, jeez. Well, I wanted to give it an 8.
Yeah.
It very much reminded me of Mama.
How so?
Because the creatures felt kind of the same. Like,
Okay.
Mama the Spirit felt a lot like the festive spirits here. And the fact that it could be taken as a fairy tale, the whole thing. Like, if you wanted to view it that way, you could.
It is, basically, yeah.
And all this stuff. And I'm glad one of you two made that comparison at the little after party that we had.
About...
Somebody made the comparison that it was kind of like it reminded you of Mama. And I said, whoa, yeah.
Interesting.
Pretty good stuff.
I think that was Savannah. I'm not sure. Yeah, anyway.
I say I want to give it an 8, but I'm at the point where I'm going to be a curmudgeony old fuck and say I'm taking half a point off because of the jump scare at the end.
So 7.5?
I'm getting sick and tired of that shit.
That's okay. 7.5 is fine.
And I will keep doing this on our podcast that nobody listens to until people in Hollywood learn their fucking lesson.
I don't know. That's hilarious.
Which means we should get through maybe like another 100 movies with that jump scare ending before they go, hey, this one shithead in Idaho thinks it's stupid.
I mean, like, it's... Okay, like, when they first started doing that, it was so people could have, like, one more scare, and also to remind people that, oh, maybe the monsters are out there to get you.
Yeah.
But it's like, this isn't 1972. We don't care anymore.
Exactly.
We're not going to get scared so easily by stupid things like birds. Alfred Hitchcock.
Fucker.
That movie's actually really scary. Don't judge. Yeah.
Your spooks?
I give this movie a 7 out of 10. While I really liked it, and I'd rather watch this again than most movies I've given a higher rating to, it's mostly because of the themes, and it's just a little different. I like movies that are a little different.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I give it a 7 because this movie, it could have been done a little better for what it was, and I thought it felt a little slow. And
also you didn't like the puppet scene, so...
Yeah, that didn't take off too many points for me, honestly. It was just kind of, like, weird.
Yeah.
But if you recall a long time ago, I might have said that one of my biggest pet peeves of a movie is if it's slow.
Yes.
So,
that's why we're going to have a very big disagreement whenever we do a review of The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining is a very slow movie, but I'm aware that it's slow because it gives me that, like, 3-hour runtime warning. So I'm not going to be as harsh on it. But, Krampus, in this day and age, you got to be fast, and kids like shit flying at you.
Can't be forgiven anymore.
No.
Does she want to give her...
She's actually told me hers.
9.5, I think it was, or
No,
some such shit. Hey.
Jesse. What do you rate the movie?
That was good.
What do you give it out of 10?
Mm.
Do you not know? Did you say good out of 10? So Jesse gives this movie a good out of 10.
No, it's a 9.5.
9.5?
Because she said, remember, in the beginning of the podcast, in the
better
interview,
than the Crimson Peak.
And she gave that a 9.
But, wow. You really like this movie. I think I'm going to buy this movie.
Fantastic. 4.
I mean, I would rewatch it. I don't give it a very high rating if you think about it, but I would rewatch it because it's, it's unique and kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I give Sinister 2 a higher ranking than The Visit, but I would sooner watch The Visit just because I don't know.
It's quirky. It's different. I don't know. That's the thing. It's all about
small,
like
yellow, different.
Yeah. It's this, Derek. It's like caviar and a Big Mac. Caviar is
It's better, but you can't have caviar every day.
No. Yeah, that's not where I was going for, though.
Okay.
What I was going for more is that caviar is, revered and, like, exquisite and supposed to be, like, the epitome of cuisine, but I'd rather have a Big Mac. I know it's not as good as caviar, but I'd rather have the Big Mac. And this movie is like, I know it's not as good as, fucking Halloween, but I'd rather watch this one again because it's fresh,
I'm glad we get another Christmas horror movie.
Exactly.
My only one that I have is P2.
And that's probably the only Christmas horror movie besides,
Die Hard.
Ernest Does Christmas or whatever the fuck thing. But I had another comment on this, and I can't remember what it was. It was
In fact,
oh yeah, I remember. What?
next Christmas, if another Christmas-themed horror movie doesn't come out, we should do P2.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. Hell, we could do it for next week. What do we have planned?
Good Night, Mommy, and Knock Knock.
Never mind. But what I was going to say though is, it seems like we're rating this pretty low, but we're actually a slight bit generous because most people have been rating this movie a 6 out of 10. Almost every set I've been to is like a 6 out of 10.
Oh, like tomatoes and
Yeah.
tomatoes.
But honestly, they do not rate horror movies highly unless
No.
they're classics, and that's
This
just
actually makes this one of the more higher-rated movies.
this year, yeah.
Yeah.
But have you noticed how fucking pretentious everyone is? Unless it's called a classic, they don't give it a high rating.
Yeah.
Fuck those people. Are you fucking kidding me?
Dracula and Frankenstein and Wolfman all have 100% rating. on
And
Rotten
they're
Tomatoes.
probably not good.
Like, I like them, but I'm not going to say they're better than most of the shit that I've seen.
That's
Otherwise,
what's-
I'd own them right now.
That's
The only
why-
one I own is Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously the best one.
I just want them to get their heads out of their asses. Like, I agree with most ratings, but come on. Just because it's a horror movie. Like, fuck you.
I think the highest rated scary movies this year are It Follows and The Gift. According to, like, the sites.
That's understandable.
Not
though.
according to us.
Those are very good movies. But if you think about them, they're more artsy than, like, horror.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they get you.
Well, it's artsy horror, and then The Gift is, like, thriller horror.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts, though, Derek?
Best Christmas movie since P2. Or if you haven't seen that, best Christmas movie since Die Hard.
Do you want to go on a little tangent here for a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, we're done with the review of Krampus, by the way, fellas. So if you want to turn it off, that's okay. But
Next week, Good Night, Mommy, and Knock Knock.
yeah,
In either order.
so definitely come back for us then. But I just want to talk a little bit. Just maybe shoot the shit for like 4 more minutes. Just as this is a little holiday bonus tangent. If
Yay.
you stuck around for the ending,
Fa la 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 fuck.
fuck you. But Derek, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Of anything?
Anything.
Home
Mine is probably Home Alone. By the way, I
Alone or
don't
Home
know
Alone
why.
2?
I don't know why. Home Alone and Home Alone 2. Fuck you.
You son of a bitch.
I didn't. I'm not specifying for a reson. Just because
A
I
movie
can't.
or Christmas special?
If I were to say Christmas special, I would either say the Peanuts one,
Okay.
or I would say like the Rankenbaus movies, like the Santa Claus is Coming to Town. But I would say Christmas movie. Derek, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh.
Christmas Story.
No, actually, no. Even though I do have a Bob Clark movie in my collection, it's Death Dream, not A Christmas Story. Ooh, I guess Rudolph.
The Rankenbaus.
Yeah, the
Rankin
little
Rudolph.
stop motion one.
Yeah, that is a really good one too.
Like, if somebody were to tell me it's on TV right now,
Oh,
I
I'd watch
would
it.
drop the recording.
I'll
right
watch
now.
it. I'll watch it with you. I can't find it on Netflix or the internet, so
Like, I like all the different characters in there. Dennis the dentist,
yeah.
if that is his name, I
Yeah.
can't remember.
And in Heat Miser, and
Yeah, and the King of Misfit Toys.
yeah, that was really
He has
cool.
the greatest voice ever.
It is true. Okay, I'll give you that one. That's a really close tie for me.
As far as Christmas specials though, Billy and Mandy, Save Christmas.
I have to watch that. I haven't watched it yet.
So freaking good. It's got vampires in it.
Yeah, apparently. There's one more thing I want to mention though, because
Gilbert Gottfried and Malcolm McDowell
yeah,
are in it.
yeah. Who's Gilbert play?
Santa.
That's right. He's Santa. I forgot about that. That's fucking awesome. But one thing I have to mention before I forget. Are you aware of the clapper? Clap on, clap off. Clap
the
on,
lights.
clap off. The clapper.
Yeah, anything.
I found out, and I don't know why. It's pretty obvious, but I never thought about it. So I just found out that it is basically an extension cord outlet that you turn on and off by clapping. So it basically just turns on and off your plug. So you'd have a device on, but it wouldn't be on.
It's always
through the
on.
Outlet. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't always be on because the outlet isn't running power, but then
Yeah.
you turn on the outlet basically.
The thing always has its on switch on.
Yeah.
Is
so,
what you're saying.
Yeah, so I realized with that application, you can use it for anything. You can plug anything in. And I was like, what would be the dumbest thing to have activated by the clapper? I don't know, Derek. I'm trying very hard. I can't come up with a single thing. My idea was like, it would turn off the lights, and it would also turn on like an LED, like strobe light, and then it would also turn on like a vibrator.
That'd only be dumb because it's like so screwball niche.
Yeah.
Like boom, boom.
Yeah. But I mean, what else would be
like you're wanting to get down and cozy for the night, just like Netflix and chill. All of a sudden, just like
and then Netflix.
Oh shit! I mean, this kind of clap, boom, boom, and then just like George Michael playing.
But I think the best one I came up with is probably like a stereo that only has one track and then it like cuts itself off. And it just has like a guy going like, oh yeah! So whenever I clap, it just goes, oh yeah! You know?
I would probably get like a tape player, a cassette tape player.
Yeah.
Put in my tape of Barney sing-along songs.
That's great. Or maybe like a soundtrack of like applause. So you like clap, you slowly clap, and then it just, a huge applause just starts going with you. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh my god.
And you have a slow build up too, so it's just like... And then all of a sudden a bunch of people are clapping.
What if it turns itself off with the applause?
It just keeps... I never thought about that. That's fucked up. Oh man, Derek. That's why I have you so I can brainstorm my stupidity. So glad I didn't buy one today. I was this close, actually.
Oh no.
Well, anyway, everybody.
You're like at the cash register going, I gotta run this by Derek first.
Yeah, basically. Okay, well...
This is really stupid. I need to tell him about it.
I just had to get off my chest. Anyway, thanks for tuning in this episode, and if you stuck around for this little bonus bit, good for fucking you. Now you can go buy a clapper. You asshole.
Hopefully.
Just kidding.
Get someone go buy the clapper, do the slow build applause for us, and email it to us, or just put it to the... You know what? Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, because you're not going to do it.
No,
Anyway,
of course not. Pussy.
But thanks for listening, and join us next time.
Whether you like it or not.
Oh, Krampus.
Yeah.